everyone in your house, in your cars, in your living room, your den, just say amen, just type a text or anything that show the goodness of God. Like Pastor said, April is Autism Aware Month. You see, we have a shirt that every year me and my family, in honor of our son Joshua, who is autistic and is on the spectrum. But I want to talk about autism for those who may not know. Autism is more of a social defect as is seen from recent studies. A lot of times it can't really be detected around the range of 2 to age 10 in order to get a fully diagnosis. Some of the symptoms of that may be small at first, but also a certain signs to look for when they have a certain concentration on one thing. That's kind of a trait of autism where everything else kind of falls to the wayside, but they're kind of just laser focused on one subject. It could be something technical, it could be anything, but that's pretty much a trait. One thing that, as far as on the safety side, they really don't have a sense of fear. A lot of times when they're smaller, like running out into a parking lot, not really understanding the fear of cars and things like that. That's something that they really look at. Think about autism. People with autism, they are mostly brilliant. The spectrum is so wide, so you might have people that are just high functioning. There are people who are nonverbal, but also they take things in a literal sense. So something that you may say, a lot of people who are autistic don't really adhere to sarcasm or anything like that. Now some would make a good effort to be social, but sometimes in the traits they may try to chase friends away because they're trying to aggressively be accepted. But I want to get personal for a second about my own son. Is that when you have, sometimes they have meltdowns where to the outside world it may look like they're being defiant or non-compliant. So being my son, being a black male in this time in society where we have a lot of issues with the police and not really understanding us, if a person with autism might remain quiet or not totally adhere to direct questions or command, they're not being defiant. What they're doing, they're shutting down because everything is sensory. Everything they hear things a lot louder. They smell things different. They feel things different. So when it's something that yelling or anything like that, it just overwhelms them and they just completely shut down. So that's always been a safety concern for mine because, and any other child or any other person that is autistic, that they're not just being disrespectful or just having bad behavior. So that's the thing about this month, about the awareness, because the more that people understand, is that the better that we all can be. Because a lot of people who are in the system, because nobody could really just pick up the signs and know, okay, that person was autistic. Somebody's in the judicial system because for all their life they just thought they was a bad kid. So it's the thing that we look upon because it's so broad and it's so vast, because everybody is still different. Everybody is just as different as our fingerprints are. So we just want to just continue to support for the research and everything that we do. As you can see, I have a shirt, Team JJP. That's for our son. We have a fundraiser that the money that you give goes to shirts. This is shirts from last year. We have a new design. Joshua, he designed the shirts for us last year, and he did this year. So, but we're going to post that information later. I think the shirt's starting off around with a little over $20 for the size extra large and up. I think it's a little bit more. But what we also do once they have a walk in October. This year the walk is in Dallas, October 3rd, and we do, we all in our shirts, and we just walk, and we pretty much have fun, games, and activities that are just geared for autism. As you can see, a lot of the mainstream for its TV shows. I don't know if The Good Doctor. The Good Doctor, that show is based on a male with autism. Seeing that he is brilliant, he has capability to be a doctor, has capability of functioning. It's just certain things that they have struggles with within their daily lives that people who not that socially disconnected may have. A lot of companies like Chuck E. Cheese, I'm glad to know that at certain times they have a quiet time where it won't be just all the loud and colors, that it's something that won't overwhelm their sensory. So a lot of people are taking heed to it. You see a lot of books, a lot of TV shows who may have someone that's autistic and involved. They have a lot of things that the people are coming here to where it's getting into mainstream, and I'm just so happy for that. I'm praising God for that. But it's still more because the spectrum is, like I said, is so broad. Because some people you might hear say Asperger's. Some people might say it might call it as ADHD. You know, over the time, doctors really didn't know, so they were just trying to put everything into a certain bucket or a certain pot or a certain label. But just for that, this you can do your own research. There's a lot of information online between YouTube, between you can Google searches, anything like that can let you know, because it could be someone in your family that you could know that may just hate. They're not weird. They're just different. So they're not bad kids. It just takes a little bit more patience, a little bit more understanding, to get things done. So if you could right now, go into your emojis. If you can find the blue heart, just right now, just go into your comments and just post as many blue hearts as you can. Just knowing that you support autism, especially for the church's own Joshua, them, that you support him, and just we're going to continue to make things aware, and then we're going to keep things, and we're going to be prayerful, and we're going to still walk into the path of the righteousness. And that's pretty much all I have to say. I just thank Pastor for the opportunity for us to celebrate and also to make people aware of this situation. So God bless you all. Thank you.